Do you love children? Do you love to eat? Many have the misconception that having a baby is all about the pain. It's truly not. It's about bringing life into this world and having the joy of blessing someone with life. When you are pregnant, you become very emotional and hungry. You also tend to gain a lot of weight. There are two different ways that you can become pregnant. One is artificial insemination. Artificial insemination, or A1, is a fertilization procedure in which sperm is artificially placed into a woman's cervix or uterus. During artificial insemination treatment, the woman's menstrual cycle is closely monitored using ovarian kits, ultrasounds, and blood tests. The semen that is implemented in the laboratory, which increases the chances of fertilization, which removing unnecessary, potentially harmful chemicals from the semen. Success rates for artificial insemination vary based on the type of fertility problem being treated. Most women who choose artificial insemination, 5 to 25%, are successful. Another way of getting pregnant, of course, is sexual intercourse. I have some tips on ways that help you get pregnant. Have sex regularly. If you consistently have sex 2 or 3 times a week, you're most likely to hit a fertile period at some point. For some healthy couples who want to conceive, there's no such thing as too much sex. Have sex once a day near the time of ovulation, and ovulation is when you're at the peak of becoming pregnant. You're more likely to become pregnant during this time. Foods that help you get pregnant: maintain a healthy weight, exercise regularly, and eat healthy food. Keep stress under control. The same good habits will serve you and your baby. Vitamins that help you get pregnant: folic acid, vitamin B9, play a central role in the baby's development. One thing that can decrease your chances of getting pregnant is smoking and drinking. Also, certain medications and pills, even those without a prescription, can make it difficult to conceive. Okay. How long are you pregnant? There are different ways. There are different times that you become pregnant. You can be pregnant for serving full time of 40 months. You can go through what is called a miscarriage. You can go through a stillbirth or have a premature baby. My first thing we're going to talk about is miscarriage. The definition of miscarriage is a spontaneous loss of pregnancy before the 20th week. About 10 to 20% of known pregnancies end in miscarriage, but the actual number is probably much higher because many miscarriages occur so early in pregnancy that a woman doesn't even know she's pregnant. Most miscarriages occur because the fetus isn't developing normally. Miscarriaging is a relatively common experience, but it does not make it any easier. Ending a pregnancy without a baby to hold in your arms is heartbreaking. Take a step toward emotional healing by understanding what can cause a miscarriage, what increases the risk, and what medical care might be needed. Symptoms of a miscarriage. Most miscarriages, like I said, most miscarriages occur before the 12th week of pregnancy. Signs and symptoms include vaginal spotting and bleeding, which is also normal through regular pregnancy. Pain or cramping in your abdominal or lower back. Fluid or tissue passed through the vagina. Keep in mind, like I said, that spotting is fairly common. Some women who miscarry develop an infection in their uterus. If you experience an infection, also called a septic miscarriage, you may also experience fever, aches, vaginal discharge that is thick and has a foul odor. Next thing I'll talk about is stillbirth. There are usually no physical warnings before stillbirth. However, the following symptoms could signal a problem. Vaginal bleeding, especially during the second half of the pregnancy, may mean there's a problem with your baby. If you're bleeding, call your doctor. But know that many women who experience vaginal bleeding during pregnancy have no problem carrying their babies. Lack of fetal movement or a change in the normal activity of a baby. That means, like, say the baby's heart rate is usually at 150, and maybe in your 4th or 5th month, the baby's heart rate starts decreasing down to 100. there's a slight chance, well, there's a high risk chance that you can have a stillbirth baby. Persistent cramping or stabbing pains in the pelvis, back or lower abdomen. Those pains are don't usually occur until it's time for to deliver the baby. Premature birth. Pregnancy normally lasts 40 weeks. A baby born 3 or more weeks early is premature. Babies who are born closer to a due date tend to have fewer problems, if any. Babies born earlier than 26 weeks are most likely to have serious problems. If your baby was born very small or sick, you may face a hard life or death decision about treatment. Another name for premature babies is called preemies. Why is premature birth a problem? Babies who are premature may not be able to feed by mouth, breathe without stopping, or even stay warm. Their bodies simply need more time to fully develop and grow, because in the later part of your pregnancy is when the baby's lungs develop. The baby's lungs usually don't develop until maybe your 6th, 7th month starts to develop. So, yeah. When a baby is born too early, his or her major organs are not fully formed. This can cause health problems. Any premature baby can have medical problems, but those who are born 32 weeks are more likely to have more serious problems. Having a premature baby may be stressful and scary. I've known people that have premature babies. That one girl I went to high school with, her premature baby was born at 6 months and she weighed 2 pounds. And she survived, but she wasn't by 6 months. Like, no, I'm sorry, it's not 6 months, but maybe like 3 or 4 months, she only was like 10 pounds. And 10 pounds is usually what the baby is at, around like maybe 2.5, 3 months. So it's hard to take care of a premature baby, but I feel like if you're not going to not want to take care of it after you just have a baby, or your girlfriend just has a baby. Problems that may cause a premature baby is problems with your placenta, infection in the mother, problems with your uterus or cervix. Your cervix might open up earlier than what you expected, because the pregnancy, like I said, lasts 40 weeks, and your cervix may open up as early as 28 weeks. But premature labor can be stopped in some cases, but in most cases it can't be stopped because it may be harmful to the child. Some treatments that a premature baby might need, more likely they'll go on needle intensive care unit, NCIU. They are usually tube fed for the short period of time until they're able to learn how to eat and breathe correctly on their own. And a premature baby does have some long-term, certain premature babies does have some long-term illnesses. Most premature babies who are born between 32 and 37 weeks do well after birth. If your baby does well, his or her risk of disability is low. Babies most likely to have long-term disability are those who are born before 26 weeks or who are very small, 1.7 pounds or less. Long-term problems, if any, include intellectual disability or cerebral palsy.